Do you ever feel stuck in awkward silences, wishing you had the right words to keep a conversation flowing? Well, you're not alone. These 10 powerful phrases I'm going to share with you in this lesson will help you sound confident, show respect, and invite deeper discussion at work, in social situations, in academic settings, and in everyday life. Welcome back to Master English Communication. Today's topic is upgrade your English conversations with these 10 powerful phrases. Let's get started. First, we want to look at phrases that show active listening. And for those of you that have been following my work, you know that I've done other videos on active listening. And if you're new to the channel, you should take a look at past videos on this topic as well. The first phrase is, "That's a great point." Now, this acknowledges ideas and shows active listening. It signals respect and opens the door to collaboration. For example, in business, "That's a great point. Let's explore how your idea could reduce our costs this quarter." In social settings, "That's a great point. I hadn't considered how early flights save time." And here's a tip. Add a follow-up action, such as "let's explore," "could we test." The next phrase, "I'm curious about." This builds a connection by inviting the other person to share details without sounding pushy. In business, you could say, "I'm curious about your approach to onboarding new clients. What's worked best?" In social settings, you could say, "I'm curious about your trip. What surprised you most?" And here's a tip. Keep it open-ended to maintain conversation flow. Next, we want to take a look at phrases that invite participation. Let's take the first one. "What do you think about?" So this brings others into the conversation and shows you value different perspectives. In business, you could say, "What do you think about piloting the feature with a small user group first?" As an example. In social settings, "What do you think about trying the new place downtown?" And here's a tip. Pair it with a clear topic so people know where to focus: timing, budget, design, schedule, or outcome. The next phrase that invites participation. "I appreciate your feedback." Graciously accepting feedback makes you sound professional and confident. In business, for example, "I appreciate your feedback. I'll revise the report and send an updated version by tomorrow." In academic circles, "I appreciate your feedback. It highlighted where my argument was unclear." And here's a tip. Add a next step. For example, "Here's what I'll change." This will show maturity and commitment. Now let's look at phrases that will help you buy time while staying professional. "That's a good question." We use this to buy thinking time and validate the other person. In business, you could say, "That's a good question. Let me check the numbers and get back to you after lunch." In an academic setting, you could say, "That's a good question. I need a moment to consider the implications." And here's a tip. Don't stop after the compliment. Offer a brief plan, such as "you'll check data, ask a colleague, or propose a follow-up time." Next phrase or phrase. Handling uncertainty with confidence. "I'm not sure, but..." Honesty plus initiative is powerful. Admit limits, then suggest an action. In business, you could say, I'm not sure, but I can run a quick analysis and share options by end of day. In social settings, I'm not sure, but I'll look up reviews and send you the best two choices. In academic settings, I'm not sure, but I'll read the source and summarize the key points. And here's a tip. Replace fear with forward motion. Follow with I can, or I'll find out, or let's test. You maintain credibility and momentum. Now let's look at building stronger relationships. And the phrase here is, thanks for sharing that with me. It shows appreciation and encourages openness and strengthens relationships. In business, thanks for sharing that with me. Your context helps me plan the next steps. In social, thanks for sharing that with me. I appreciate your honesty. In academic settings, thanks for sharing that with me. It gives me a clearer picture of the situation. And of course, here's a tip. When someone shares something personal, keep your tone warm and your response supportive. Acknowledge feelings before switching to solutions. Now, if you're finding this information helpful thus far, please give us a like. Thank you. And now we want to ensure clear communication. So a phrase we could use is, let me make sure I understand. Use this to confirm meaning and avoid misunderstandings by briefly paraphrasing what you heard. In business, you could say, let me make sure I understand you're suggesting we extend the deadline to improve quality, right? In social settings, let me make sure I understand. You'll book the tickets and I'll handle the hotel. And here's a tip. Follow with a short summary plus a check question such as, is that correct? Now let's look at collaborative communication. To build on that, this phrase connects your idea smoothly to someone else's, showing collaboration rather than competition. Add one concrete improvement. In business, to build on that, we could test the new pricing with existing customers first. To keep momentum, in academic circles, to build on that, we might add a case study to support the argument. And here's a tip. Add one concrete improvement, data point, step, or example to keep momentum and show you're building on their idea, not replacing it. Clarifying abstract concepts. Could you give me an example? Examples make abstract ideas clear and actionable, especially helpful for ESL learners. Business. Could you give me an example of the errors clients reported? Social settings. Could you give me an example of the kind of music you mean? Academic environments. Could you give me an example that illustrates the author's main point? And here's a tip. If the answer is vague, narrow it. From last week, or in the app, or during onboarding. So how do we go about making these phrases sound natural? Use a calm, friendly voice and a moderate pace. Your tone matters as much as your words. Acknowledge. Use the phrase to recognize the other person's contribution. Clarify. Add one sentence of clarification, such as, "Here's what I heard." And act. Propose one next step. "Here's what I suggest." This three-part structure, acknowledge, clarify, act, turns polite words into productive conversations. Let's do a quick mini practice, and you should try these today. So at work, start your next meeting commenting with something such as, "That's a great point." Then add one concrete follow-up question. With friends, use "I'm curious about" and ask for a story. What made it memorable? In study groups, ask, "What do you think about?" to compare approaches, then summarize the group's best idea in one sentence. And just a little bit about email and chat in a professional tone. "That's a great point. Thanks for highlighting it. I'll incorporate your suggestion in the next draft." "That's a good question. I'm not sure, but I'll confirm with the data team and report back by 3 p.m. Thanks for sharing that context. It helps me understand the constraints we're working with." Small phrases have big impact. These 10 phrases are small but mighty, and they will help you listen actively, invite input, show appreciation, move conversations forward. Use them sincerely. Pair them with a clear next step, and you'll sound more confident, collaborative, and professional in every conversation. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Your commentary helps us help you. And I'll see you next time as we continue our linguistic adventure together. Take care, everyone.